Okay, this is Don Zico, and we're on to part two of my game against my little brother's Empire army. My pictures get spotty again this turn, but basically two things happen in his movement. He charges my Coldwell Knights with his knightly orders. He charges my spearmen with his steam tank. Now, in a lot of his he doesn't have line of sight to do much with his mages, but he does kill two more Dark Riders. And in close combat, he's going to kill two of my knights. They're going to in turn put a wound on his warrior priest and kill one knight, so they'll lose by one. And testing on leadership 8 with a battle standard bearer reroll, they're going to fail and get run down by the knights who overrun into my crossbowmen. Also, his steam tank's going to kill something like 8 of my warriors and beat them in combat, and they're going to run. I want to apologize again because the pictures get real spotty towards the end. But here in Dark Elf turn 4, I'm going to charge his steam tank with my remaining 3 Coldwell Knights, since they rallied and kind of moved into position. My warriors are going to fail to rally, but they're not running off the boards. They're still usable. And I don't really have any shooting to speak of, so in close combat, my knights are going to put one more wound on the steam tank. Again, not enough to shut it down. And my Dark Riders are going to remain in combat with his big block because they're going to get another tie against them. And his knights that overran into my crossbowmen last turn are going to kill like 7 of them. I'll need Insane Courage, I don't get it, and they get run down by his knights. And my Harpies finish off this one Spearman detachment while the other Spearman detachment kills my remaining shield. And that brings us to Empire turn 6. Now, at this point, I'm very concerned about how the game's been going. I feel like I got the envelopment right, but I'm just not winning the combats I need to win. And his steam tank and his magic and his knightly orders have been doing an awful lot of damage. So it's pretty. In his movement, he's going to kind of turn his remaining detachment and his unengaged block to avoid getting flanked by my Harpies or my Corsairs. His knights are going to come on off the board and just sort of run over to try and grab a table. And his magic is not going to do a whole amount. He's going to kill one crossbone with the burning head, but I passed my panic check, so not a lot going on there. Now, at the start of turn 6, I'm thinking that I'm looking at best case scenario, a draw or a minor Empire victory. He's killed a lot of my stuff, and I've killed his flagellants and his missile troops, but I'm just kind of picking away at his blocks and that have his characters and all of his points in them. And his magic and his steam tank have just been kind of wrecking havoc. However, and I feel bad about this, it all turns around in my turn 6. And the reason it does this is because of the way that overrunning into fresh combat works, which unfortunately my brother didn't realize the rule worked this way. So it really took him by surprise. But anyway. Now, in movement phase, I'm going to charge his 6-man detachment with my Corsairs, and I'm going to charge the front of his block with my remaining 3 Dark Riders, and then my Warriors and my Coldwell Knights are going to wrap. I don't really have anything left with which to shoot or use magic, and no real targets for it. So in combat, I decide to fight against the detachment first. The Corsairs kill all of them, then they're going to overrun. The overrun puts them in combat with the big block that I'd already charged with my Dark. Now, because I've got another unit fighting it, when I go to resolve that combat, I get to fight it with the benefit of the Corsairs charging. So where ordinarily, if you beat a unit and charge through, you'll work that new combat out on their next turn. If I already had another unit fighting it, I work it out this turn. So instead of just being charged by 3 Dark Riders in the front, they're charged by 3 Dark Riders and these Corsairs with a hero in the flank. They lose horribly. They need like Insane Courage. They don't get it, and they break and flee. Now, the way the units are positioned, the Dark Riders are going to run them down, but the Corsairs are going to hit his other block of swordsmen. Now, he beat my Dark Riders by 1 last turn, but the Dark Riders hung around, and that allowed him to turn the unit so they're facing the Dark Riders. So now the Corsairs are charging in on their flank, And again, because these Corsairs just eat light infantry for breakfast, he's going to lose by, I think, 4 or 5. Even with the battle standard, he fails his test. And they're going to flee as well, and also get run down. And that's the game. So at the end of turn 6, he's got his steam tank and a below half strength unit of knights with a hero that's taken a wound in them left. And then I've got in that corner, I've got a unit of Corsairs that picked up 2 banners and his battle standard, all on the last turn. So again, I felt bad because he's a new player and he didn't realize how this was going to go out. But I guess this is how you learn. Anyway, that's the game. It's if not a Dark Elf Massacre, at least a solid victory. There's just not a lot of Empire left on the table. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully there will be some more of these that I'll be putting up probably sometime next week.